Comedian Marcus showed up on the Seattle comedy scene from Salt Lake City and proceeded to rake in the grand prize of $5,000 by winning the 2007 Seattle International Comedy Competition. This win propels him to instant headliner status, and you can catch him tonight and tomorrow at the Comedy Underground. Marcus will also be doing a gig to benefit Toys for Tots Sunday night at 6 at Laughs Comedy Spot in Kirkland. Welcome to the Bob Rivers Show, Marcus.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, congratulations on the big win.
Hey, you know what? It's been a ride. It's been a lot of fun. It was an amazing competition, incredible comics, and I'm very fortunate to have come on top.
Let me first off describe your appearance. For you show these off on stage, right? You don't come out with long sleeves.
No.
Marcus is not just tattooed. He's expertly tattooed by a fantastic artist. We're going to take some photos for the website, and you can see it actually in a video clip as well later today. That's some serious work. It had to be painful.
Yeah, no. Some places are worse than others. Inside the arm, inside the elbow pit, my chest and my collarbone really bad. What percentage of your body? I mean, I know what I can see. What percentage of your body is? Please don't. Aside from what you can see, I mean, I have like my shoulders, my chest, and whatnot. There's one on my stomach, but actually my back is done too, to some extent, and then one on my calf is really it. So
you're not into the whole, nether region.
No, I don't. What's the fun?
You don't have the full dragon spitting fire.
Not yet.
Carrying the walnuts.
Oh, Santa, bring me what I need this year, please.
Are you a big Sinatra fan? That is amazing.
It's a great Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. I've always admired him as a performer and what he did, and how he was able to stick to what he believed in, and I think that for performers today, there's it's harder to be iconic. It's because everybody comes in and they can be on YouTube and everybody. So to have that kind of iconic status and never have changed his values and his standards as a performer and as a person, that's amazing.
I love the fact that your whole sleeve there is basically a tribute to what was Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Sands, marquee there. You got Sinatra, the big band, the whole 9 yards, and those days are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is now family friendly. Go see the Pirates.
I don't know if it's that family friendly. You can still lose a bass player on a long weekend with some blow in the hooker.
Well put.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little about you. You're a Salt Lake City guy primarily? Is that where you've grown up and stuff?
I grew up in Utah.
What's it like in the land of the Mormons? You got a Mormon presidential candidate now.
Yeah, they've been shining a light on it. What's funny is when you live in Salt Lake, the Mormons are there, but it's not like, hey, they're everywhere. And you just kind of see it. They've gotten more press in the last few days with Mitt Romney being out there than anybody in Salt Lake has had.
So ink is not big, and I assume you're not a Mormon with the ink and all that.
No, but there's a huge scene of there's a great scene out there for the underground, tattoos, music, and whatnot. And then if you drive a couple. Maybe an hour to the south, you can go see some polygamists. They're down there, and they
still have them. Yeah.
They're out there.
It's like Vegas. You got to drive for.
You got to see. Yeah, they don't live in the cities.
But don't go to the dinner theater because they try to make the food dollar stretch so far. You really don't get much for your money.
Not a lot.
Speaking of Vegas, Rich Little is in Vegas all the time. He's an impressionist. From what I understand, that's the kind of show you do. Is tons of impressions.
Yeah.
Have you seen Rich Little? And
Rich Little came out and did what was called Stadium Fire when I was 9. He came out and he does it at the BYU Stadium, like 30,000 people, and he came out and did these routines, the presidents all talking to each other, just killed it in front of 30,000 people, and it stuck with me. I never let that go, and I've always admired Rich, and Rich was one of those guys that. It's funny because if you see Rich now, he's kind of become his Carson. If you've seen him, he's very much his own impersonation now. But he's so incredible, and I love those old guys. But I've tried to really, as an impressionist, learn to do a lot of guys that nobody else is doing.
Yeah, so there's no reason now to be polishing up your Nixon.
No, there's not a lot of call for
Let's
that.
make one thing perfectly clear. I will not go on MySpace.
Yeah. I do.
What do you like to do?
I do an amazing Calvin Coolidge. No. My Grover Cleveland is excellent. There's a lot of the older guys I do.
Is someone that a lot of people enjoy. People have always liked the walk-in. You can't get away from it. You do it, and people enjoy.
And, you know, the older Nicholson, of course, Jack, there's always the older guys. But when you start getting into, like, the younger guys, like, I really one of the only guys out there that does Matthew McConaughey.
Wait a minute.
Right,
we got good pot up here.
Hey,
a
man,
lot of
you know
people can
what
do
I mean?
McConaughey.
That's cool right there, man. I'm good with that. I also like, I know this is a rock station, so Jack Black, let's get rockin', come on! A pretty little dee. I like doing that one.
Vince Vaughn, that's another one. Like a lot of people, you know, I don't know a lot of people that do Vince Vaughn, so like that's a lot of fun to do.
And then just having fun with a lot of like the younger guys that you know
you learn to do voices. Do the Italian cast of the Family Guy. It's a lot of fun. Peter Griffin, which is a lot of fun there.
of course Stewie, which is one of my favorite ones. I really appreciate you guys having me. And of course Quagmire. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm looking over here. This lady right here is hot. Giggity 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 giggity.
Good.
All right.
Oh, Quagmire, you are absolutely terrible.
Wow. All right. It's just bang, 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 bang,
whatever you
and that's the hard part. You don't take any time to go in to go to them. It's,
You just kind of find them and there you go.
now, your first impersonations were cartoons. Was this when you were a little kid?
Yeah, I started doing voices when I was like 9. I'd walk out and, hey mom, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. And, you know, anything that Dave Coulier was doing on Full House, I was learning to do. And hi-ho, Kermit the Frog, and stuff like that. And then my dad gave me Wonderfulness by Cosby. And that was when the first time, you know, I would do, my brother, when me and my brothers, we would do the things, we would learn to do the voices of, and then Eddie Murphy, the first time I saw the lyrics, man, I love it. I tell you right now, I watch Eddie Murphy, I love Eddie Murphy. I see everything. I don't understand. People always come in here and they always watch. I remember everything I ever learned, Eddie Murphy, and then just kind of progressed on and have been doing it for about 20 years.
Okay, prediction. You're working on a television deal now, aren't you?
Yeah, there's some people with Comcast that are talking about doing like a character-based show, and so we'll see. I mean,
Nice. No, if you weren't a comedian, last question, if you weren't a comedian, what would you be?
broke.
Well put.
Ding. No, I don't know. I've always enjoyed performing. I was in a band for a few years, and I love singing. And who knows? You know, we'll see.
Could be. You were in a band before.
Yeah, I sang in a band for about 3 years. So.
You'd be broke. You're right.
I would be broke.
Your first
Be broke. I'd probably be the guy. In Vegas.
fastest answer is the right answer.
Broke. Yeah.
Do you worry at all about the tattoos too? I mean, that Frank, he could jump right out of your arm. He looks so alive, but he's going to look a little more like Mr. Magoo, you know, as the years go on.
Yeah, people always come up to me and say, like on my wrists, I got the Transformers logos, and people come up to me sometimes and they'll go, do they really transform? And I'm like, yeah, actually they do. They transform into the Chinese symbols for when you're 60, you're gonna feel like a jackass. So.
All right. Hey, Seattle International Comedy Competition winner Marcus performs this weekend. Amazing impressions. Great guy. Please come back. He's at the Comedy Underground and Laughs Comedy Spot as well.
On Sunday for the Toys for Tots benefit.
I should never let it go.